James Phillips here with the Firearm Firm channel, and today we are going to discuss two Florida bills that were filed this week looking to expand Florida's red flag laws. But before we talk about either of these bills, be sure to take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the Firearm Firm channel by clicking that subscribe icon in the bottom right hand corner of the video. Red flag laws are a generic term used to describe a set of laws that allow the government to seize an individual's firearms and ammunition if that individual is determined to be a threat to themselves or others. Red flag laws remain highly controversial for many reasons, but at the center of the controversy is a lack of due process afforded to those who are subject to the red flag law. As part of the Marjory Stoneman Douglas Act, which was created in response to the tragic school shooting that took place back in 2018, Florida enacted their own version of red flag laws known as risk protection orders, or RPOs. Florida Statute 790.401 allows a law enforcement officer to file a petition with a court if that officer believes an individual poses a significant danger of causing personal injury to themselves or others by having a firearm or any ammunition in his or her custody or control. In the petition for the risk protection order, the law enforcement officer can request the court to grant a temporary ex parte risk protection order prior to the court conducting an evidentiary hearing on the RPO itself. This, of course, is where the due process violation comes into play because the respondent, who's the individual that's subject of the RPO, has absolutely no knowledge of what's going on until he or she is served with the temporary ex parte risk protection order and has all of their firearms and ammunition seized at that time. As it stands, only a law enforcement officer or agency can petition a court for an RPO, and it must be petitioned in the county in which the law enforcement agency is located or the county where the respondent resides. Most, but not all the time, the law enforcement agency seeking the RPO is in the same county that the respondent resides. However, these two identical bills that were filed this week look to expand who can petition a court for a RPO and where. These two identical bills, Senate Bill 66 and House Bill 45, were filed on December the 14th of 2022 by Senator Lori Berman and Representative Kelly Skidmore. These bills seek to amend Florida Statute 790.401 to allow anyone who has a biological or legal parent-child relationship with a respondent, including a step-parent-stepchild relationship and a grandparent-grandchild relationship, anyone who is a legal guardian of a respondent, is the spouse of a respondent, or a sibling of a respondent, to petition a court for a RPO in addition to a law enforcement officer or agency. Now, of course, anyone who's had a not-so-civil separation or divorce or may have had a strained family relationship with a family member can already see the problem this can cause. If either of these two bills become law, I expect there will be a huge increase in RPO petitions filed throughout the courts in Florida, using RPOs as a sword instead of a shield. The second issue, if these bills get passed, is that the petitioner can file for an RPO in the county where he or she resides. Why is this problematic? Because a respondent who resides in Pensacola, Florida, could find themselves having to fight a RPO down in Key West where the petitioner resides. So now the respondent not only has the stress of the RPO, but they also now have the stress and cost of traveling hours away to fight for their right to bear arms. So what can you do to stop Senate Bill 66 or House Bill 45? Call and email your elected representatives immediately and often, letting them know that if they vote for either of these bills, they can forget your vote the next time they're up for re-election. Also, you can share this video with others and educate everyone on the problems these bills will inherently cause if either of them become law. Until the next video, stay armed and educated.